Well, we're here on the eve of the Karaka Million at New Zealand Bloodstock at Karaka on what is going to be a momentous racing occasion, Mark and Sam.
Yeah, obviously looking forward to it. It's a massive night. It's a night we target every year, and it leads into an exciting sale. It's really exciting to be back at Ellerslie at headquarters, and I probably haven't felt like a hype heading towards a race meeting like the one coming up tomorrow. So really looking forward to it.
Well, Sam, your name hasn't been in the book at this stage on a Karaka Million meeting, and Mark, you haven't been at Ellerslie for a number of years on a Karaka Million night as well. So what does that mean to you?
No, it's great to be back. The planning that goes into this night, Paul Wilcox and his team do an outstanding job, and I think everyone's just so happy to be back there, and apart from the travel to from Matamata, everything will be good.
And obviously 7 winners in a row in the 2-year-old race, chasing the elusive 8 in tomorrow's race alongside Probabile, who took out the double there as well. So some pretty amazing performances over the past 8 or so years. But we're here at Karaka again, Mark, and we're looking for more champions as well.
Yeah, there's a good mix of horses, and yeah, tomorrow night's results will reflect on probably what we do a little bit, but incredible achievement by Dave just to buy 7 winners in a row. You'd look at any major race in the world, I don't think you'd find anyone that's bought 7 consecutive winners, so outstanding achievement by Dave.
Well, we're going to look at a couple of cards earlier on there down at Ricken and Wellington. We'll hope to find you guys a couple of winners out there as well. So Sam's going to take us through the Ricken and Wellington cards, and then we'll head over to Mark to talk through the runners there at Ellerslie. So we'll kick off there at Ricken Park in race 1, where we've got Clearly Royal and Tranquilla.
Yeah, clearly the Royal probably needs to step up from her first up run there. We've stepped her up in trip, chucked the blinkers on her, so hopefully she can sharpen up a bit. She does need to improve on that effort, but Hunter's really happy with her heading into the run. A bit of a sticky gate, but hopefully she can put her hand up. Otherwise, we're going to need to see her improve thick fast, really.
And Tranquilla?
Yeah, much happy with her second up run there at Matamata. Says 5th, but she wasn't beaten far. A much improved performance from her debut run. Another one that Hunter's really happy with. She's travelled down well there early last week, and it looks a nice race for her, and drawn well as well, so she'll get a soft trip.
Race 2, 2 nice horses there, Fellini and the well-bred Salisbury leader, coming off 2 wins. Yeah,
Fellini probably looking for a change of form in him. We sent him south for a change of scenery, sort of going through the motions a bit up here. But look, Hunter said his work was really good Thursday morning there. We're trying everything different with him to hopefully spark him up a bit. Obviously he was a Karaka Million place getter in his 2-year-old year, so the ability's there. We just need to hopefully find some form there on Saturday. And Salisbury, she's going down in really good form. Amir we've always really liked, obviously royally bred, and hopefully looking for some stakes, some black type there later on in the prep, so hopefully this is a good stepping stone towards that.
And race 3 there, Angel Wings for Fortuna Racing.
Yeah, back to 1100 I think's key, like a bit of a sticky gate, but it's a pretty even field on paper. You could throw a blanket over all of them, I think. So I think one with the right run, should be there or thereabouts. And the other runner,
Superbly Ridden, came out last time.
Yeah, Superbly Ridden. Yes, she's a bit between runs. A little bit disappointing at Trentham. We're just going to ride her a bit colder. The blinkers go on. Another one that Hunter's really happy with.
Race 8 there, Kai and Millefiore met last. Kai got the Stakes victory. Millefiore wasn't too far away in 4th.
Yeah, 2 good tough mares that are really thriving there down south, both going into the race in fantastic form. Millefiore probably gets in a touch better this time with Live Drama up there at the top. She doesn't have to carry as much weight, so as a really good chance to get black type. And Kai, she's just a super little filly. She's not overly big but tries really hard, so 2 really nice chances. Nice,
and just wrapping up the card there with Bella Mio, the deep field mare in race 9.
A bit like Fellini, he's sort of struggling a little bit. up in the north just to find some form. So we've just gone down south, a bit of change of scenery to hopefully spark him up, because the ability is there. He's just a bit of a thinker, but I think finds a really nice race to hopefully find that form again.
And just the one runner heading down to Wellington there, the old boy Aotea Lad, one of the stable favourites.
Yeah, he's in grand old form at home. You know, he's working the house down. He finds a really nice rate, obviously light on numbers, and should roll forward and present a really good sight.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for that, Sam. Mark, I'll bring you in a little bit closer. Not too close. But we're going to kick off there at Ellerslie there in race 1. Pretty competitive field with the 2000 Guineas winner Croceti in the field, but Egyptian Queen and Star of Justice take their place.
Yeah, Egyptian Queen, probably her form is mainly rain affected. Star of Justice has had that prep down south. Trialled up reasonably well at Tauranga, but we think with that under her belt she'll improve. So obviously the one horse is very, very hard to beat.
And over to race 2, we last saw Maven Bell in the Railway. Has she trained on from that performance? Found a pretty trippy track there at Akau last up.
Yeah, we had a bit of a hiccup Telegraph week. She had a bit of a temperature, so she had to be withdrawn there. So the work's been good since, and looks a nice race for her on paper.
And Petrucci there for Trelawney.
Yeah, so she won on Boxing Day in what was a weaker race. She gets in with a not lightweight. It depends on the tempo of the race for her. She needs them to run along to get her to relax and settle.
And Romance Mancing the Moon carries similar weight to Maven Bell, has trialled since.
Yeah, trialled up nice right-handed at Tauranga. One that does have really better wet form than, and I'm tipping it'll be pretty firm there on Karaka tonight.
Fantastic. And over to race 3, just the one runner in Fashion Shoot. Opie spoke this on the radio earlier in the week. He thinks it's a decent place chance.
Yeah, just La Creek trialled enormous at Tauranga, so obviously she's the class mare of the field, but she's definitely in the mix.
And over to the Karaka Million 2-year-old race. We kick off there. We've got 4 runners, 1 on the ballot, but we kick off there with Cool and Fast. Boys Get Paid have a decent old bet on this horse, but he was impressive there on Boxing Day.
Yeah, I don't know where the rumours came from that he was sore. He's never had a sore day in his life, so whoever made up that rubbish, it's not true. And we're really happy with him. Galloped nicely on Wednesday on the running rail. Opie was really happy with him. So he's inexperienced, but he's got a touch of class about him.
When stars align, won well at Wellington. Unbridled Joy came out and franked that form yesterday.
Yeah, so he's got a bit of a tricky gait, so we've just got to see how he jumps, and Michael will have to work it out from there. But 1 for 1, and he's really come on. He's had a look around Ellerslie as well in the gallop. And
Bellatrix Star has to be one of the form runners of the race, coming out of the race there on New Year's Day.
Yeah, she's a fighter. She's tough. Most of her form is rain affected. Could be quite firm by the afternoon at Ellerslie, so we'll just have to see how she copes. But she's so tough. She should cope all right. And
Marikato raced there on the opening day for Ellerslie, hit the front early and then got run over late.
Yeah, just a bit of a cloud over him as we speak today, so whether he'll take his place in the field, we'll just have to see.
And that would mean Damascus potentially could come off the ballot there, being number 1 on the ballot as well.
Yeah, she's 1 for 1 at Taranaki, beating the stablemate. So yeah, she's done nothing wrong.
And she draws 1, could sit in behind the runners if she is to get a start there as well. So a bit of a select field. Very even, Mark, in your view? Not a lot between them?
You'd have to go with the Eclipse form, I'd say. The Marsh filly and probably Bellatrix Star. Whereas our other horses a little bit inexperienced, but they might have the X factor, who knows.
And race 5 there, the Aotearoa Classic, they're a new $1 million race on the card. Very exciting to have these new innovation races coming into the industry, Mark.
Yeah, too right. So obviously Legato, they've already paid out on her, so they obviously think she's a certainty, but I've seen plenty of certainties get beat in my time. So, yeah.
So we're going to kick off. You've got the 3 runners. First up, Accidental Tourist there for Windsor Park Stud.
Yeah, so probably better wet form, but he did run quite well at Tauranga last start. But to beat Legato would be a surprise.
Cognito gets the internationally renowned superstar James McDonald on board.
Yeah, Mac is riding him. The horse is in good form. But again, got to step up to beat Legato.
And Wild Knight, you put a line through his last start there at Ellerslie where he got galloped on.
Yeah, he clipped the heel and things just didn't go right. We've had him checked out 2 or 3 times by a veterinary team. Can't find anything amiss, so yeah.
And he's trained on pretty well from his last start?
Yeah, so one again that if the track's too firm you'd have a question mark, but he's in the mix.
And wrapping up the card there in the last, the 3-year-old race, very, very competitive field, probably the most competitive field I've seen in my time with Te Akau. What's your thoughts on that, Mark?
Yeah, it's a competitive field. I think a lot of that particular race will be tempo related, and we just think Tokyo Tycoon's gallop on Wednesday was back to his old self, so Opie elected to ride him. Opie's always got the choice of the stable runners, so it does, if he chooses a horse he's normally pretty right. Taliska, he's got good form around Crescetti from Ricken, and he did miss a trial, so he's improved with the first up run. But obviously it's a high class field, this field.
Absolutely. So Mark and Sam, best bet for the evening. Where are we going? Sam first, over to you.
Ooh, I'm going to go earlier. I think early in the night. I think Maven Bell, if she can get the right run, she's got to lug a bit of weight, but I think she deserves it. I think she goes in with fresh legs. Missing the Telegraph might not have been the worst thing. It was a muddly race there, but I think she looks super at the stable. So hopefully she can start her night off well early.
And Mark, you've got pretty hot form going into these best bets. Normally unbeaten.
I'll go Miller Fiore for a bit of odds too.
Down there at Ricken Park in the stakes race there on Saturday as well. So fingers crossed for some good results there on Saturday night, and good luck to you both. Well done on preparing them. It's been a busy last couple of months leading into Christmas and now into the busy Karaka Million period. You guys will both be about the sales, I'm sure, on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday and potentially Wednesday as well. So lots going on, and I'm sure there's a couple of nice ones in there that you'd love to have the viewers out there involved with for this race next year as well. So thanks for your time, guys, and we will catch you again sometime soon.
Your racing excitement, join Team Te Akau. It's easy, fun and affordable to be part of New Zealand's #1 stable, and we're now in Australia too. We've won more races, more group races and more prize money than any other stable, nearly $10 million in Australia and New Zealand alone. Imagine racing horses like Imperatriz, Campionessa. Whether you're a first-time owner or seasoned pro, at teakauracing.com, go the Tangerine.